going on, guys? We're back here again today. Welcome back to the channel, Savage Panda Projects, the habitat for horsepower. So guys, on today's video, as the title will suggest, we're going to be talking about the future, the outlook, and the aftermarket modification car community. And we're going to go ahead and get into a little discussion about what we can expect going forward with performance software upgrades, tuning, and of course, the discontinuation of so many downpipes. It's getting harder and harder in today's times to kind of fly below the radar and just keep everybody happy as far as aftermarket exhaust, especially with downpipes. And a lot of these companies are just not really going to take the risk, and I totally understand from a business perspective. Nobody's going to sit there and fight with EPA whether or not you can make a downpipe. So the question we're going to answer on today's video is the party over for aftermarket downpipes in stage 2? At a certain point, guys, you really have to expect, I think a lot of people really saw this coming, excessive pops and bangs, crackle tunes, people doing pops and flames and just all this kind of hilarious nonsense. It's just really, it was only a matter of time before this was going to be taken seriously and really putting this stuff to an end, unfortunately. So first and foremost, guys, stage 2, downpipes, let's just assume all these products are pretty much taken off the market. Really not a whole lot you can do about it. We just have to accept that this is the direction that the industry is moving. So the first thing I want to say is if your car is stock right now, you got to think about what's going to be your best bang for the buck. As you guys already know, stage 1 tune is pretty much going to be your most dramatic improvement over stock on pretty much any turbocharged car. I think the days of NA tuning, really not the most exciting. There's not really much power you're going to be able to squeeze out of an NA car, but with modern day technology, we've got these really capable cars, turbochargers out of the box, single turbos, twin turbos, you name it. There's a lot of room for some massive improvements without going with any hardware upgrades, specifically just looking at a software upgrade. So if nothing else, guys, at least try to get a tune in there. Now, if you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you'll know that we've done a lot of content with the 2-liter from the Volkswagen Audi world. And honestly, guys, at the end of the day, the difference between stage 1 and stage 2 really isn't that big of a jump. So let's just say you can't get your hands on a downpipe, stage 2 is no longer a product. Hey, you know what? Maybe just do stage 1 and chill. At the end of the day, you're still gonna make some more power. You're gonna make a huge improvement over your horsepower, your torque figures, and I think it's still gonna be a really fun car. Another direction I've seen a lot of people go recently is, again, for the Volkswagen Audi, the 2-liter stuff, is a lot of people will just want to skip to stage 1, stage 2 altogether and just go right to an IS38 turbo. That's also something you can take a look at. If you want to kind of cut out the middleman and just go right out of the gate, the best you can do for simple bolt-ons with factory turbocharger, not a bad idea either, and once again, a pretty reasonable price point for what you're getting in return. Something else I would address here on this discussion is the community of enthusiasts for the aftermarket car scene. Sometimes they can be very critical, and a lot of times they're going to want to make sure that their voices are heard. I can understand a lot of people, their frustration if they feel like, they're saving up for a long time. Now this is no longer something that they can purchase. Look, I get it, but once again, you cannot criticize companies for being compliant with the law when it comes to emissions. That's just how it is, guys. You got to pick your battles wisely. So with that being said, once again, a lot of people have expressed their frustrations with the whole downpipe situation, but I think we just have to collectively come together as a car community of enthusiasts and look at this whole situation and recognize that, you know what? I think the ship has really sailed. So when it comes to these emissions defeating products, whether it be on the hardware side or software side, we've got to look at the big picture here. We've got to put one foot in front of the other, and we've got to accept that, hey, that ship has really sailed. I really think it has, guys. Let me know in the comments section down below what your stance is on this whole situation, but I think we really just have to look at the future, and we have to work moving forward and not hold on to the past, and really just accept that so much of this is going to be in the past. I mean, you just can't go around shooting flames with catless exhausts and not be prepared to face some type of repercussion. I mean, there's always going to be some consequence. There's going to be some risk involved if you go down that road. So, of course, we all are entitled to our own opinions. That's totally fine. We can have an open discussion here about this topic, but ultimately, that's the direction this is moving, and we're just going to have to accept it and make the best of it, guys. Now, I really hate to imagine a sad world just full of just bland, numb electric cars where everything is just governed and regulated, and you don't really have any ability to experience that raw, that traditional, that exhilarating experience you would get from a heavily modified internal combustion engine vehicle. Nobody really wants to have a bland, numb, expensive driving experience, but we're just gonna have to see what the future looks like, guys, and that's it. So if you guys are Downpipe Stage 2 right now, if you got your pops and bangs, definitely enjoy it while you can, because definitely your days are numbered. I think one of the most important things is, once again, just looking at how much you're getting out of a Stage 1 tune, and really you have to appreciate just the value in just the capabilities with what you're getting on these cars out of the box. There's really a lot to be said for that. I mean, you think about like 10 years ago, right? I mean, it's really not that much time if you think about it. I mean, there was really not nearly the capabilities in terms of like the advancement in this technology. I mean, you look at like these 2.0 Ts are literally making more torque than V8s did commonly around 10 years ago. We're certainly seeing a lot of advancement and just the capabilities of what these cars can do. The other thing I'll add to this topic here, one other thing I'd like to comment on is, for some of you guys, if you're really still trying to do the downpipe thing and you're not able to get your hands on one, do yourself a solid favor and please do not buy some Mickey Mouse nonsense off-brand Chinese knockoff downpipe. You're really not gonna have a good experience. You're probably gonna find yourself some frustrations, fitment issues, pipes not lining up correctly. It's probably gonna be more of a headache than it's worth. If you're able to buy some knockoff downpipe and that meets your needs as a car enthusiast, it's getting the job done, hey, more power to you. But from my personal experience, I just try to stay away from knockoff Chinese parts. You don't want to have fitment issues. You don't want to have exhaust leaks. You can't pass inspection. I mean, who has time for that? Just my opinion, but you do what you need to do. So going full circle with this one, guys, are the days numbered for Stage 2, downpipes, crackle tunes, pops and bangs? Absolutely. It's just only a matter of time. It's going to get harder and harder for the industry to thrive with the way things are now, and we just have to accept it and make the best out of what we have. Alrighty guys, so that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for today's video. Appreciate all the support. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Always curious to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more exciting automotive content. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.